Yeah, what we're going to do is you can call the hotline for help with your turkey, and you can just watch this segment over and over with help for the rest of your stuff. You're making tons of different things Thanksgiving style. What are we working on today, Chef Mike?
We are working on some great accoutrements or accompaniments to the wonderful Butterball hotline. That's great. I think we need to have a Grand Hotel Thanksgiving hotline as well.
I like it. That's a fantastic idea. So like you said, you are with the Grand Hotel in Point Clear. Fantastic place to stay, fantastic place to eat, great location right on the water, and great food. What do we need to do to get started here today, Mike?
Okay, we're going to start. First of all, I'd like to say also today is my wife's birthday. I'd love to say happy birthday to my beautiful wife.
Happy birthday.
Let her have a great day. And after that, we're going to start with the cranberries first. Cranberries are by themselves very tart, so that's something that when we start with the cranberry sauce, we're going to put those in there, and we're going to need lots of sugar. Sugar is just something that's going to make that tartness go away. So when we put the sugar in there, we're going to get that sweetness that we all kind of know and love with the cranberry sauce.
Right.
We do a little twist. Chair said something about a twist. This is a twist. We have marmalade. You don't need to put marmalade in there, but an orange marmalade has the zest in there, the orange flavor. It really gives it a great kind of twang to it with orange in there, as well as orange juice. So again, you don't have to put the orange juice in there, but we wanted to give it that orange flavor to it.
So very citrusy, sweet cranberry sauce that you're working on here.
And also Grand Marnier. I mean, who doesn't like Grand Marnier?
Who doesn't?
So I don't think you're going to object to that, are you, Joe? A little bit of Grand Marnier in there?
Objection withdrawn.
Exactly. And then we want the spice. So we've got cinnamon. Cinnamon's always a great item, really spice for Thanksgiving period. Kind of goes around with some other things that we're going to be doing today. And then cloves, a little bit of clove. And we're going to get that cooking, and basically we want to cook that on like a medium heat, have it basically simmer, come to a boil, then simmer, and we want to cook that for about 15 minutes or so. And basically what we're trying to do is pop the actual cranberries. So what happens is it'll start allowing the pectin. There's a natural pectin. You'll see, why is cranberry sauce so thick? And really it just kind of thickens itself. It has a natural pectin in there, which is a thickening agent that gets it nice and thick with all the sugary goodness in there.
Well, speaking of that goodness, about halfway through, all of a sudden the aroma is starting to come out, and you can smell it, and it smells fantastic.
It's pretty darn good.
Look at that. That looks great. And what are the other things we're going to work on this morning?
Okay, we've got our sweet potatoes. And we have our sweet potatoes actually are from Baldwin County, from Pennery Farms. We do local all the time. We want to get that local product, and Pennery Farms has some outrageously good sweet potatoes. And what we're going to do with those, as you can see, I have a couple of different things. On the recipe, I have taking the whole sweet potato, which I really kind of prefer, and you'll cook it with the whole sweet potato, with the whole hull on there, everything like that, the skin, and then you'll take it out, you'll get it till it's tender, and what you do is you take just a knife, put it in there. When it pulls itself out, and it doesn't kind of give, it gives and pulls itself out, it's tender. So you're going to take that out, let them actually cool, and then you can take the peeling off and slice it. And what that does is it allows less water to go into the actual potato. So, but this way, I showed you can do this as well. Just take it, put it in some boiling water. You can cook that till it's tender again, and then store it to the side. And that's a fine way too. But it allows a little bit more water in, so you're not going to have all that flavor come out.
All right, we'll be working on more Thanksgiving stuff with Executive Chef Mike Wallace from the Grand Hotel in just a little while. But really, it smells fantastic in here. You should just do this just to have the smell around the house.
I think I might just put that in my pocket and walk around with it and just smell.
You'd be the best smelling dude at Fox 10 today. What do you guys say?
Thank you.
Welcome back to our kitchen here on Studio 10. We have the executive chef from the Grand Hotel with us, Mike Wallace. And you know, the holidays are coming up, and of course you're going to have your main dish, whether it's ham, turkey, but then you have your side dishes, and maybe you want to do something a little bit different. Mike, you're going to show us how to do things a little bit differently with some stuffing and some sweet potatoes.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we already have our cranberry sauce going here. As I kind of said before, we've got that bubbling and everything like that, so it's bursting and getting the cranberry sauce is just beautiful. we already have our sweet potatoes cooked and ready to go, so now we're going to make the nice bubbly goodness that goes around the sweet potatoes.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take some butter here. We got our butter and some brown sugar. Brown sugar is always good on sweet potatoes. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to put our orange juice in there.
And these are candied sweet potatoes.
Yes, absolutely. I don't think there's any other kind that you should really have.
They need to be candied.
They got to be candied. I mean, everything else is. Why not? So when we look at this, we're going to get this all melted goodness going on, and then we've got our cinnamon. Cinnamon is vital for the dish, as well as nutmeg. Nice little bit of nutmeg gives it a really kind of a nutty flavor and gives it a great flavor. So when we have that come up to a boil, which will come up to a boil in a sec, I'll just go ahead and add our sweet potatoes.
Okay. I've never used nutmeg in mine, but I use the other thing, so I'm interested to see how this is going to taste.
Yeah, nutmeg is kind of a traditional German type thing to use on a lot of things. It gives it an earthy flavor, so I put that in my regular mashed potatoes too.
Oh.
So it gives it a really great flavor.
I have to try that.
So we can let this cook, and we can actually start some of our dressing if you'd like to do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so we're going to start with some butter.
Okay.
We got some butter. And what we've done ahead of time, this is kind of a southern twist as well. We've got our cornbread right here, but we're going to put some French bread in there as well. I feel that we kind of do it like a 50-50 blend of that, and what happens is that toasted French bread gives the actual stuffing a little bit more body. Sometimes you'll get into a cornbread and it'll be kind of mushy and just really a little bit too moist. So we're going to take toasted French baguettes, just nice and toasted.
See, that's different. That's a twist on your stuffing.
And we're actually going to put some of this in there first as well. And what we've got here is small diced celery, onions, and a little bit of garlic in there. And we're going to let that get nice and translucent. What translucent means is basically when you take and you sweat something of vegetable type variety, it's going to get the aromatics and the perfume out of it, and it's going to make whatever you're cooking very nice.
Everything smells fantastic.
And then we're putting in our dressing here. This is the large components of it, our bread and the cornbread. And just cornbread, just make a regular type of cornbread that you have. Don't really try to put honey or anything else in it. Just a regular simple cornbread, because the other flavors are kind of going to take over that. Now what we've got is our aromatics, and our aromatics are simply sage, thyme, and some poultry seasoning.
Okay.
Poultry seasoning is very important to put in there, and you really want to just kind of saute this around here, which is very important because when you're doing that, it's going to get all into the actual bread.
All right, and we have this recipe as well as the other two on our Studio 10 page on fox10tv.com. We'll let all of these guys cook. Then when we come back, we will show you a few of the sides, 3 in fact, that you can add to your holiday meal.
Yes, ma'am.
Back with Executive Chef Mike Wallace from the Grand Hotel, working on Thanksgiving goodies. All the, what'd you say, the unsung heroes is what you said?
Absolutely. If it wasn't for these, it would not be Thanksgiving.
That is correct. So tell the folks what we're working on, and then what do we need to do to keep working on?
Well, we're going to finish up right here our sweet potatoes. So I've got a little cast iron pan here, put in a little butter in it. We want to do that so it doesn't stick. You can use some pan spray or anything like that is fine, but I find that real butter is pretty good. So that's a good thing to do. And we're using this, as we have right in front of us, we have like a big Griswold or an iron skillet. But you can do this as well. It's kind of a cool little presentation if you wanted to do individual servings.
Very neat.
You could do that, and again, that's another kind of twist that you could do it. And we've got the sweet potatoes. We're going to take that, throw it in the oven for about 15, 20 minutes, about 350. Get it, because it's already hot, so just get it kind of baked in. And then you can put the actual marshmallows on top and bake it with it. But we kind of like to do at the hotel is we kind of put these on top here. And then we get our torch. We kind of like fire at the so it's always kind of a neat thing. You can see that, and we'll just kind of go over and just kind of get those nice.
Look at that.
And brown right there. So that's how we can get those nice and caramelized toasted.
Make sure you take that home with you. I don't trust Michael White with it.
Absolutely.
All right.
And then we've got finishing up our stuffing over here. So we've got to put our chicken stock / turkey stock in there, and that's one thing that we take real seriously at the hotel is turkey stock and everything that we do. We roast the bones, do everything like that for the gravy, and that really too is an unsung hero. Gravy, if you make it right, is just a wonderful accompaniment for the mashed potatoes and the dressing and the turkey, of course.
And we want to hit on Thanksgiving brunch before we go. Running out of time here, but tell the folks what's going on.
Well, we have about 1,000 people already for our Thanksgiving brunch, and we'll do about 1,600. So please make your reservations quick because we are filling up very quickly.
Yeah, 2/3 of those reservations already gone, and we're still weeks away from Thanksgiving.
That's right.
So if you want the fantastic Grand Hotel Thanksgiving brunch, make your reservations now. If you want to follow along and learn how to make these, all the recipes are on our website. We'll be right back with more Studio 10. Great job, Chef Mike.
Thank you so much.